Quarantine, best period of productive thinking. While COVID-19 comes with its plethora of problems, it also opens up lot of opportunities as well. These opportunities are not only in business fields, but as much as in education and civil services too. We at Ensemble IAS Academy are bringing you a slew of counseling and strategies to empower you to deal with such a situation. We have taken the advantage of lockdown situation to ask our chief mentor K. Siddhartha sir to guide us. In the future, we will connect you with many more dignitaries to lift up your spirits. How to use your lockdown period very effectively and to self-analyze and change yourself.
Well, can you imagine you are witnessing a history? For lockdown has never ever happened in the history of India, in the history of Asia, in the history of the world as well. Now you have to understand that this situation that has made the whole of the country stand still is really exceptional, extraordinary, unique, phenomenal, rare, remarkable, singular, special, unprecedented, unusual, abnormal, unimaginable, and unthinkable. Imagine you are in the process of rewriting history. You are a part of history and you are in the process of rewriting history, a history that you are going to narrate it to your children and the next generation. You may not understand it right now, but India's response to this pandemic of a lockdown that you see, that you witness with you has the potential to change the geopolitics and geodynamics of the whole of the world. We're going to say that this is the time to observe and enjoy every moment as it is once in a century moment. It's not going to come to you ever. You are actually lucky to have been a part of it. Of course, when you're going to see it from another angle, this time will also go on to pass. Now, there are two ways to deal with this situation. One is worry, and worry. If you go to see more newspapers, listen to more news channels, you will keep on worrying, and worrying. So that is going to be one. One is worry, and become a martyr worrying. Second is, see this as an opportunity, see it from a different angle. That is, what all you can go on to do. How can you go on to change the world? Or how can you change yourself? Or any type of a question that you ask to yourself. Now, that means when you are asking question to yourself, you are actually a part of a leadership trait. You are developing leadership in yourself. Non-leaders and slaves don't ask questions to themselves or to anyone. You are a leader, you have every right to ask a question to yourself. We're going to say that this is the best time to reset yourself. Reset means start beginning afresh. Start beginning as if something has happened and that is going to be completely afresh. And what exactly that you have to begin afresh? Your entire economic activity, your psyche, your thinking and your projections as well. So what all that you can go to do for the purpose of resetting and what all the advantages that it can go on to offer to you. It has enormous advantage because if you don't go on to reset yourself right now, you won't go on to get a second chance to reset yourself. If you don't go on to introspect yourself right now, you won't go on to get a second chance to introspect yourself. If you don't go on to improve yourself, reform yourself, you'll not go on to get a second chance also to do it and in such a congenial atmosphere. So, first thing first. Take care of your mental and physical health. Now, why is it significant? Because if you're not healthy mentally and physically, you won't be in a position to prove your efficiency. You won't be in a position to take a very good decision. You won't be in a position to build your capital as well. So, what can be done and how it can be done? We'll come to the very basics of it. Learn and practice yogasana. Practice mindful breathing. Inhale, hold, and then exhale. This is the best way. Very simple. You don't have to spend anything on it at all. It's only that you have to inculcate it as a part of your habit. Move your body, go for yoga. If you can go for dancing, stretching, you go for it. Now, such an exercise is the single most important part of improving your efficiency, concentration, decision making, mental toughness, and whatnot. One better way of reaching mental health is by using breathing exercises and grounding techniques to calm your system. Because you have been running from pillar to post up till now, we are asking you to calm yourselves down so that you can go to start thinking within yourself. So, practice belly breathing, stretch and relax every muscle of your body, and it's important to increase in your efficiency. Second is engage in self-care. Take this time to look after yourself. That is, take care of your skin, take care of your hair, take care of your body, detox yourself, have some amount of nutrition or manage your nutrition very well, sleep well, because if you do not go on to sleep well, maybe you are a very, very good student, but unless you manage your sleep, there is no way that you can go to retain it. A good number of students going to think that if they don't go to sleep and go on to give it to their studies, they will go on to be a very good learner. That is not at all correct. You have to take care of your body first. So this is going to make you confident, prevent any outbreak of disease that is likely to affect you in the future. And you can go to do it by preparing to manage your own food with all the limitations. Now you can go on to do it so easily. I let you go on to give an example. If someone who is a vegetarian, staunch vegetarian, and it's someone like I can go to give you my example. I have been stranded in Finland for about 20 days of such. It was on a research mission, and I had to be in some type of a territory. And a similar type of a territory, I was also in Canada, northern portion of Canada. Other than house, I had nothing in that place. Of course, I had a choice. Being a vegetarian, I had a very limited choice because of the conditions outside. So it was corn, it was rice, it may have been boiled egg, it was bread, it was going to be milk, and that was all. 3 times a day. This is what exactly they were using. And the only part, only additional supplement was using some type of supplement in the milk. So make it simple. It's not that you don't go to eat certain type of tasty food and your life is over. Learn the value of food. Simplify it. So you can go on to junk, all the spicy and junk foods in this case. Then set a routine for nurturing mental and emotional well-being. Plan your day, your week, your month with a reverse plan. When we're going to say that is plan it in a reverse manner, that means see how is it that you are going to be some 30 years later on, 20 years, 10 years, 2 years, and now. How is it going to be? So when you're going to see yourself 30 years later on, maybe 25 years later on, that means you will go on to have certain type of choices. That is called as reverse planning. You don't go on to plan only for tomorrow. You plan for 15 years later, 20 years later, and then start going back, reverse planning. Don't be in a hurry to appear in the examination because everyone is appearing in it, because you are fed with this notion and fed with this idea that, see, everyone is appearing, and if you don't go to appear in it, the world will go to fall apart. You have to plan. Unless you plan, there is no way you can go to know what all that you can go to do, what all that you have to do, and how is it that you have to do it. Remember, by failing to plan, you are planning to fail. Now, living in a coaching environment fills you with many negative thoughts, and it is filled with many regressive ideas as well. You are going to get filled with uncertain future, insecure career, and a regressive thinking company as well. There is the people going to surround you, that is a regressive thinking company. And a good number of them are going to be toxic people. But do weed out all of those toxic people in life after having identified them. If you think that you are going to be smart enough to use these toxic people, this is what most of the students of your age will go on to think, then you are mistaken. Your mind will go on to get cluttered. You will start fighting in yourself, and ultimately your efficiency, your retentivity, your intelligence, and everything will go on to fall down. Take time to cultivate your own thoughts, your own viewpoints, which you may not be having it right now. Maybe that your thought has been given to you by your coaching institute. Maybe that everything that you're going to say is because of what others, the teachers or the coaches, not teachers, the coaches in your coaching institutes going to say. So take time to cultivate your own thought, because when you start cultivating your own thought, you'll realize that you have a viewpoint. If you have a viewpoint and a viewpoint that you can go to defend your own viewpoint, you will start making many such type of viewpoint. You have to cultivate your own paradigms, your own style, by giving yourself reassurance that, well, I am different, I am unique, I am better in many ways. Of course, God has made you unique, exceptional and extraordinary, and He has given you some 5 or 6 characteristics in you which no one goes on to possess. Mind it. Mind my words, that every individual in the world has some 5 or 6 so unique characteristics that no one else in this world goes on to possess. Note down your strengths and weaknesses. Help analyze yourself and have a higher degree of self-understanding. Of course, for self-understanding, you require to have a separate sort of a lesson of sorts. For example, for 2 of them, as a part of personality development, you require both of them. How to identify toxic people and how to have a higher degree of a self-understanding. So, help analyze yourself, have a higher degree of a self-understanding, make your life simple, simple and simple, because nothing will help you more than that. This is what exactly self-understanding. If you want something, go on to get it. If you can't go on to get it, keep quiet. Don't manipulate. That is simplicity. Simplicity is what you think, what you say, and what you do. There is a complete congruence in it. Then imagine. Imagine your own style that makes you so attractive a personality, and you are attractive because everyone is attractive. Everyone can be attractive even without fashionable clothes. Only with the help of your body, only with the help of your language, only with the help of your gestures, and only with the help of a body language and communication, you can be very, very attractive. Imagine your lessons. Imagine your learning. Lessons means the way that you have been taught. So the moment you start imagining it, then your retentivity goes on to become high. You will start making a lot of solutions out of it. And when you start imagining your learning will go to become very, very smooth. It will go to become a fun learning of sorts. Convert every learning of yours into imagination. And the day you have started doing it, your heavy effort will go to become so light that learning will go on to become fun, and civil services preparation will also go on to become a fun. Then start analyzing the news objectively. And when we say objectively, that is without any bias. Don't go on to follow what Hindu says, what Times of India says. Make it, that is, you will go on to find that Hindu goes on to be completely against the government. Times of India is in between. Economic Times is very, very balanced. Now, you cannot go on to rely and trust on a newspaper which goes on to take a partisan viewpoint. Maybe some of their articles can go on to be good at it because it can distort your thinking. So start analyzing things in an objective manner. Objective, that means in a rational manner, in a balanced manner. There are a lot of things that you will go on to learn being objective. In novel times, you keep on running from pillar to post because you don't have time. You can't go on to think of anything else. Here to coaching institute, from one coaching to another to coach another, and then go back, then with friends, then with books and everything. Now you have some amount of a time when you don't have to run from pillar to post. And you don't have to be busy about something or nothing. This is a rare opportunity for you to be in a different state of mind. And it is this state of mind that will going to make you or mar you as well. So what you have to do? Try different ways of learning. Either by imagination, that means by imagining a problem. Let's say you go on to get a topic like urban problems, imagine it. That is by imagination. Or by telephone, or by net-based learning, or by remaining calm, or by conversation, or by any means available. Learning is, you can learn by walking, you can learn while talking, you can go on to learn by reading, you can learn by conversation, you can go on to learn by television watching, you can learn by being alone, you can go on to learn in solitude. In which way you can't go on to learn? You have to teach yourself to learn, not study. Studies are only one, and I repeat it, only one way of learning. Try all of these forms of learning. You never know that your method of learning was not suitable. That means all of those type of learning that you are following right now, you don't going to know that it is suitable or not. So you have to know what exactly is the most suitable form of learning. Then understand people, observe them, be wise, judge your reading of the people. That means how is it that you're going to judge the people and think that they're going to be good or not so good. That is judge your reading of the people. Response, how is it that the people are going to respond? How is it that the people are going to react towards people? Promise yourself not to make the same mistake, not to be a duffer. That means if you're going to make one mistake, don't want to make the same mistake again. You may come across people while trying to understand people and while trying to observe them. You may come across people who will going to stab you. Think, it's a very good saying. You stab me once, shame on you. You stab me twice, shame on me. So that's the way that you have to mark them out. Rethink. Rethink whether being mean, selfish, and an opportunist has helped you or not. Rethink whether being simple, straight, and being less egoistic will going to help you more. You'll find that being less egoistic, being straight, being simple helps you much more than what you can think, because your mind is not cluttered. It's straight, it's clean. You can go on to write a lot of things in your mind. The moment you become opportunistic, then you start manipulating a lot of things. The moment you're going to become mean, you start plotting some of those things. And when you're going to become selfish, of course, you start demanding a lot of things that you shouldn't going to be demanding at all. Then think future. Think whether economic well-being is the only paradigm, or being with nature, being peaceful, being simple has helped you and help you further. This is largely because this is a new paradigm that the world is going to go through right now, post-corona age. That's why we say there is understand whether 15 years onwards you will be contented with an economic well-being, or you will be content with an well-being that is you are very peaceful, you are very dignified, you are very respectable of sorts, and that you want to be with nature or not. So if you want to be, connect with nature. Appreciate the beauty around. This is the time because it's very clean, calm and quiet. That is, if you live in certain type of an area, you're going to find that a good number of birds have come to that place. A good number of birds are chirping and enjoying with the nature. Think of it and you can go on to have a very relaxing feeling. This can be a great therapy to bring the fear down. Stop being negative about everything. Being negative about everything, that means negative about your country, negative about your prime minister, negative about your fellow citizens, and negative about a political party, because the more you're going to get involved with these people, the more you are doing harm to yourself. There is no way that you can go to make to be understand that your PM is good or your country is good or the fellow citizens are good. The moment you're going to get involved in all of these things, it's only you who are going to be harming you. Such a thinking hasn't helped you, or have they? Have they helped you? A rational, transparent mood will help protect your immune system. And a balanced perspective will make your personality mature and complete as well. For example, if you have to say it so, is it that you're going to find that a lot of pessimism surrounding the outcome of Corona? Do you really think that Corona will go on to destroy Indian economy? Think, it can destroy, it can also go on to make it. What will going to happen post-Corona is that India will going to lose a couple of lakh of crores of rupees. But will save in transportation, save in petroleum, save in accidents, save a lot of lives in accidents. It will going to make the people relax as well. The people will also going to spend less in this case. And then thereafter, it will going to lead to a different type of economy that will be a gig economy. That will go on to India will go on to become, India has a potential to disrupt the entire of the logistics market of the world and the supply chain management of the world. And who says India can only go on to be a $5 trillion economy? It can go on to become a $10 trillion economy. You don't know that. So be a part of it. Why to think that only civil services are your life? Why not think that something will going to come up after 15 years that will go on to make your life even much more better? Remember, we can tremendously reduce our stress level by allowing things to be and let go the control of things that cannot be controlled. So do not go on to necessarily stress yourself about which you don't have a control of. Don't go on to allow yourself to be loaded with an unmindful fear. So keep connecting with yourself, family and friends, and you're going to rarely get a time to do this right. This phase will also go to pass. When this phase passes, the wise will learn, enjoy it and utilize it. The fools will crib about it. They'll keep on cribbing about everything, about their country, about their friends, about themselves, about their parents, about their upbringing, about the money they have. They will always going to be there. And these are the type of species that you'll going to find that keep on roaming around in Mukherjee Nagar and Rajendra Nagar. Now think and introspect. By the time you're going to become part of the bureaucracy, you will find that the world has changed. Bureaucracy, as the form of a career that it offers now, may not be significant after some 15 years of time. And you see that type of changes taking place. Maybe that you'll go to get a career which will go on to help you earn a good amount of money by substituting power with money, but then it is not always going to be so. Start thinking about the development abilities which will go on to serve as a dual purpose for other careers. Who knows? You will be the boss then. Make sure when this time passes, you have self-understood yourself, you have reformed yourself, you have made yourself a better version of your ego, and you have made a version of yourself, you have shed your ego, have a high degree of self-esteem and increase your efficiency to learn, to understand circumstances and people. Imagine, it's a rare chance. It's a God-sent opportunity for you. If you miss it, it may be a real miss. It may be a huge loss. Because when you're going to be having a very high degree of self-understanding, you will be always in a position to reform yourself, make you stronger, and choose the best thing that can happen to you. And that's not only civil services.
Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more such updates. Like and share the video and let us know your queries in the comment section below.